everybody, welcome to Secret Wars TLDR. We're your war correspondents. I'm Sal.
I'm Ben.
And I'm Tiffany.
What we do is we read all the tie-ins, or at least a handful of them, and then we give you a rundown of what they were about and what we thought of them, and let you know if they're worth picking up. Because it's basically the entire Marvel lineup.
I heard you read almost all of them this week.
I read a whole bunch, just to give you kind of a quick rundown at the end of the episode.
I was going to say, it's probably because I read 3 last week, so you're like, oh, I don't think
Oh,
so.
no, you don't! No, it's just because this show runs really long, despite its hilariously ironic name, so we're trying to make it a little bit shorter and make it more manageable for you guys to actually watch.
Yeah.
We're going to get 20 comments just like, don't make it shorter.
No, there are people who really like it longer. I do too, but
it's
the nature
really
of the
hard to
beast.
cut and like put up.
I'm 5 shows a day, guys, or 5 shows a week, guys. Anyway, I guess we'll introduce ourselves and the titles that we read and that we're going to share for you guys. I'm Sal. I did Weirdworld #1, and I also did Marvel Zombies.
Oh.
Ben. I did Ghost Racers, and I also did Inhumans, Rise of Attillan Rises #2.
Nice. I'm Tiffany, and I did 1602 Witch Hunter Angela #1, and Mrs. Deadpool and the Howling Commandos #1.
Well, for starters, the first book that I did was Weirdworld #1, which was written by Jason Aaron with art by Mike Del Mundo. And, yep, Mike of the World drew this.
Is that what that means?
Yes.
I was just laughing that I thought that was a funny name.
Yeah, it is. Alright. This is Conan in the Marvel Universe, but not the Marvel Universe. It's just Conan. But they don't have the rights to Conan.
The Barbarian.
The Barbarian.
Okay, thank God.
Not the talk show host.
That would be
amazing.
Yeah.
Love that.
Oh no!
Whoa.
You do the string dance. Yeah.
Conan in this book is called Archon, and he's a displaced ruler of his realm or whatever, and he's running around this crazy jungle, and he's been killing his way through to try and get home, and it's not working out for him, and he runs into like goblins and orcs and crap, and he kills them, and then he complains, and eventually he runs into some bad guys, and he fights them.
He's complaining because he's on a gathering quest.
Right.
And he can't get enough goblin livers, even though they should all have one for some reason.
Sometimes they just don't.
Yeah.
Apparently.
Alright, look. I'm not going to waste a lot of time with Weirdworld. If you want to read a Conan book by Marvel, then you should pick it up.
Are there, like, crazy versions of Spider-Man?
No!
Oh, okay.
Doom doesn't come up. Marvel doesn't come up. No characters. That said, like, if you're looking for a cool, like, old school... If you want to listen to, like, hardcore metal from the 80s and just read a book about a dude being awesome, this is the book for you.
Is it in set? It's set in
Yeah, it's Battleworld.
All right, that's weird. That Doom is not.
Of course, it's weird. It's Weirdworld.
I walked right into that. Is he topless?
Yeah,
Is he wearing a loincloth?
more or less. Yeah.
Has he come across a scantily clad woman who's wearing armor?
No, I don't want to give it away.
Oh.
So pick up Weirdworld if you're into that. And but if you're looking for
whoa, hang on. Does she have awesome
boobage,
Yeah.
I mean they all do, don't they?
I just want to make sure, because I don't want to pick this up if I'm not going to get some sort of payoff.
It's cool. Like, in as much as, like, oh, Conan's on TBS. I'm going to watch some. Art looks great. It's great. It harkens back to those old, like, posters of griffins riding Pegasi.
Like the front cover of either a metal album
or a Forgotten Realms book. Yeah.
or a fantasy novel.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
I want to see a griffin riding a Pegasus.
Yeah, right? Make that happen. Go to theweeklypoll.net boards and drop it into the artist section. But yeah, Weirdworld #1, crazy ride, harkens back to an old school bygone era. They're, like, I could get down to the story, but, like, he just kills things and rides dragons.
And
so, like,
so
that
far
is
it's
the
not going
story.
great.
There you go.
That's all you need. What?
And so far it's not going great.
I mean, not for him, no.
Exactly.
Yeah. And if you're looking for a tie-in that has anything to do with Doomguard or Secret Wars, it's not going to be a good time for you either. So, yeah. The second book, however, was loads of fun. Despite the fact that it's called Marvel Zombies. And I say that because Marvel Zombies is so overplayed.
I was going to say, Sal has never really been on board.
Never been a fan of Marvel Zombies. We will see it on back issues one
Now,
day.
is it because zombies are just overplayed in general, or is it because they weren't done very well in the Marvel Zombies books?
No, the Marvel Zombies in Marvel, Robert Kirkman's idea for them was very original and interesting and cool and fun, I guess. Then they did it to death.
You said, I guess, like, if you like that sort of thing.
If you like that sort of thing, yes. If you want to watch all your favorite characters turn into, like, ravenous monsters
And
who
eat each
ruin
other.
the world and cry about it, then you should read Marvel Zombies. Otherwise, you know, for me, it was hard to stomach. So yeah, I read Secret Wars Marvel Zombies #1, and I have to say it's Secret Wars Marvel Zombies because it's very not that. Like, it's not any of the Marvel... It's not like the Marvel Zombies that you expect from a Marvel Zombies title. This was written, of course, by Simon Spurrier with art by Kev Walker, and features a long favorite for very few people. No, character. The main character is Elsa Bloodstone from Next Wave.
Oh!
Next Wave is an amazing Warren Ellis book, which is basically just making fun of Marvel. And Elsa Bloodstone is this foul-talking Brit chick who hates everybody.
Yeah, I like
She
her
is
a lot.
delightful.
Yeah, that's Warren Ellis, all right.
And she leads this book.
Really?
Yeah, she's the main character.
She's not a zombie.
No, not yet. I anticipate everyone becomes a zombie in this book because the story is Elsa's man in the wall, a Nightcrawler zombie gets up onto the wall.
Does he bam?
She actually winds up killing him. Like, he gets up on the wall, she fucking cuts him up, and right before he dies, his tail wraps around her leg, and he bamfs her 200 miles into the, whatever that's called. The Wasteland, or whatever.
Oh, shit.
The zombie horde.
Wow.
The Deadlands.
The Deadlands. So she's like, shit. And then she runs into this little kid who is randomly there. It's like an innocent young boy.
There's never a kid randomly there.
Nope.
Especially in a zombie wasteland apocalypse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's gotta be. Now, this is speculation, but it's gotta be like someone in disguise, a mole, whatever. But anyway, she has no interest in this kid, but reluctantly brings him along.
It's actually just a volleyball with a little bit of straw coming
Yeah,
out.
but we're seeing her
and a
personify him.
handprint of blood.
Right. She calls him Shut Up because she really wants him to.
Ah!
That's his nickname.
Okay.
That
And,
got me. That got me really good.
yeah, and she reminds him of that every time he opens his mouth. And the two of them just walk the wastelands, and the idea here is, if she's like, we gotta get back to the wall, we gotta get back home, and he's like, let's not go that way. And she's like, well, shut up. So they start going towards the wall.
Well, we're going that way.
Yeah. And when they get to, like, this mountain rise, they look over it and they see just tens of millions of zombies heading towards the wall. Because that's where they're always heading. And so she's like, you know what? Yeah. Because the kid makes a good point. Shut Up says we know where that goes. Like, we know that's the wall. And we also know there's, like, millions of zombies that way. But no one's ever gone deeper into the Deadlands. No one ever knows what happens south. So let's go that way and take our chances. And she's like, well, if we go that way, I will be eaten by zombies. And if I go that way, I'll probably get eaten by zombies. So I guess I'll go that way.
I guess I'll take probably.
Yeah, so she takes Probably
Makes
and
sense.
Shut Up, and they go. And
Probably is his brother.
yeah. So, and that's the story, and of course, like, what do you see behind them? But, like, a zombie catches them, like, as they go, like, sees them, and then starts to go after them, so you're gonna have that going on.
Alright, like...
We also get a nice little flashback to Elsa Bloodstone,
being a part of Next
being a huge bitch. And why she's such a huge bitch? Because her dad was a huge douche, and treated her really badly. Her dad was a
Okay.
Bloodstone. I think he was a super villain.
Oh, okay.
And a magician.
With a rock in his chest.
He was also the lead singer of the Bloodstones.
Why?
Because his name is Bloodstone.
Oh, like
So-
the Great Bloodstone?
Yeah.
Or some kind of...
Yeah, he's like Bloodstone the Magnificent.
Yeah.
I thought it was like trying to get blood from a stone.
And that's the story. It's really short.
Cool.
I mean, it reads short. It's a regular size issue.
Right, but it goes quickly.
it
That's
reads very quickly.
cool.
Mostly because Elsa and just...
And she doesn't question where this where this kid came from.
I think she's just gonna kill him. probably.
Her necklace of laughter.
She's mostly she's an incredibly capable person. She's part of like in Secret Wars continuity. She is like her family has been charged with like protecting the wall, like with being warriors and stuff. So she's got to fulfill her destiny. So she's overcompensating.
Gotcha.
Guess what? If I see a kid in like a post-apocalyptic
you're gonna
wasteland,
just kill him. Because
not taking chances.
Either you're doing him a favor, saving him from a horrible, gruesome death, or he's going to betray you.
Or this kid is a monster.
Yeah.
Because how else are you surviving out there?
No, exactly. How'd you get here by yourself? No, wait a minute.
No. Sorry.
You're little Tiffany in Men in Black.
Oh, okay.
With the quantum physics books.
I was like,
it's like, what's that girl doing?
Excuse me.
Yeah, she's up to some shit. I recommend the hell out of Marvel
Cool.
Zombies,
I love
which
it,
I
dude.
would not have expected. Oh, you'd love it. You would dig it the most.
Hey, is there a Fing Fang Foom zombie?
No.
Damn.
I mean, if there is, I haven't seen him. I think they probably just ate him.
Yeah, it's a lot of meat on those bones.
Yeah. They ate Galactus.
That's a lot.
They ate Galactus and then gained the power cosmic.
I was gonna say,
What?
Does that mean that they have a herald, like a zombie herald that comes?
Well, the
before
Silver
them?
Surfer comes first. They eat him, and then the Galactus comes, and then they eat him.
Well, I meant like they made one of the zombies the herald. And he goes to the wall and he's like.
No, they're all herald. They're
Wait,
all
do they
basically
speak?
silver. Yes, they speak
Oh, never mind.
perfectly.
Never mind.
No,
The zombies speak?
I take
Yeah,
my-
in Marvel Zombies proper, they actually do talk. Like
Huh.
they have their person. They're like, oh no, Aunt May, I'm sorry. Like. And then he's like, "Oh, I can't believe I hate Aunt May and Mary Jane. What am I gonna do?" And that's the book.
That's kind of
So
interesting.
the main characters are the zombies.
So there's no. Alright.
No, there's none of that.
So I had Inhumans, Attillan Rising, Book 2, written by Charles Soule and art by John Timms. It was a very cool book. I did decide to read Book 1 just so I had the entire story and was caught up on it.
Yeah, we did not do that. We deliberately skipped Inhumans, but then we figured, why not? So thank you for reading issue 1.
And I'm digging it. The book is really fun. The art is fantastic. I love how the panels are laid out. The artist knows exactly how to lay out things and sometimes have the characters break out of the panel and cover over other panels, but it mixes really well. The story is very fun so far. Black Bolt talks.
What?
Yep.
Just because, or is there a thing?
I have no idea, but I like it.
Cool.
Because
Okay.
What's his power?
I have no idea.
Wait, does he talk like he's never talked before in his life? So he's just saying words to say them for the first time, like rummage or
Farfaganogan!
Yeah.
Book 1 ended with this group trying to get medicine to an area, or trying to free people. Like they're freedom fighters in Battleworld, and they're trying to make some sort of difference there.
That sounds like every book we've read.
Yeah, they're called The Voice Unheard, and it's made up by a bunch of characters that I have no idea who they are. So
Right,
I'm not going to
'cause
try
they're
to do
humans.
that. But one of them looks like a Ghost Rider from the Prohibition era, who has a Tommy gun and talks like a gangster.
Cool.
All right.
That was in book 1.
Nice.
Awesome. You find out that, they're trying to do some good in the world, and apparently Doom has a problem with that. But, of course, Doom has a problem with it because they're crossing boundaries. And that's a big
That's
Doom,
the problem.
That's a big Doom no-no.
Yes.
For some reason, I don't know how this happens or why this happens, Medusa gets brought in to sort of take control of this.
Okay.
Because, I don't know, Doom says it's your one chance to, fix the problem. Otherwise, other people could have control over Attillan, and so many people would jump at that chance.
Right.
She's the regent in that area.
Okay.
Not a
The
baron,
Baron.
but a regent.
Yeah.
So it's
Yes.
very different.
Yeah.
Because she is a queen, and he's like, I understand that you can rule this area, you're royalty. But don't forget, I can take it all away.
Right.
It's also because she has all that hair and can do a lot. There's a lot of multitasking going on there. She can really do a lot
probably.
of things.
Black Bolt and Medusa are not together.
Okay.
So it's like they haven't heard of each other before.
Oh.
Or maybe they have heard of each other, but
they
they
don't
are
have a
not a
thing.
couple.
That's cool to Ben because that means he could bang her.
Nah, I'm not really into Medusa.
You don't know.
Yeah, you're not into hair. You would not have thrived in the 80s.
One of Medusa's main generals for security, going down to Manhattan, because Attillan is, of course, a floating city rising right over Manhattan.
Right.
Between, I think it's over Earth 616, because Manhattan
Okay.
is both Earth 616 and Earth 1610, so
Yeah.
the Ultimate Universe as well.
Yeah, Manhattan is both universes together. That's where Ultimate End comes from, by the way.
And Black Bolt is manning this place, a speakeasy, if you would. Now, it's not a speakeasy because it's out in the open, but
Right.
it's a drinking establishment where everyone who's in there is wearing tuxedos or like evening dresses. They're all dolled up, and it's a no violence policy. Like,
Okay.
Everyone who goes there is there sort
To have a
of
good time.
diplomatically.
Yeah.
And to have a nice time, but there's no violence.
Okay.
There's
Okay.
if someone goes to cause a problem, they're gonna get a problem.
Yeah.
But in Black Bolt, just like, sidles up to the woman that comes in, he's just like, "Hey, lady, how's it going?" And you're like,
is he dressed like Black Bolt?
he has the little tuning fork on his forehead,
But no mask.
as if it was a pasty,
Okay.
and it just kind of pops out. But he's just wearing a tux,
All right. Cool.
and he's talking like he's a suave motherfucker, and it's great.
Nice.
And he's hitting on this chick, and she's an Inhuman. And here's the great part about this that I loved. Who cares about the Inhumans? They're not treating them like, oh, look at this Inhuman, and oh, in the mists, and oh, we're so brought down, and
We're
punished."
alone.
No, it's none of that.
Good.
This is the cool part about Inhumans, is that they're just treated like any other person in the Battleworld universe.
Cool.
So it's great.
Nice.
So she infiltrates the Quiet Room, this wonderful bar. She overhears plans because another operative is down with them, and blows the cover on it.
Oh.
And that's as far as I'm going to give you guys.
Okay.
I highly recommend this book. It's written confidently. It's drawn amazingly. It's definitely worth it for me.
What you might not remember is Charles Soule's actually writing the current Inhumans book. So, this might give you some indication as to what you can expect from a Charles Soule Inhumans book when this is all undone. But that's really cool. I'd rather that than any Inhuman. That's the first time I've ever heard an Inhuman story, and I went, all right, yeah, well, I regret not putting that on the list.
And the next book that I read was Ghost Racers, written by Felipe Smith and drawn by Juan Gedeon.
Ghost Racers.
Ghost Racers. Now, we read Ghost Rider when Felipe Smith was doing it.
No.
I think it was Felipe Smith who was making
I don't
it.
remember who was doing it, but we were like in the vast minority, by the way.
Yeah, we were like, screw this book.
And everyone's like, screw you. More like.
We're like, whoa.
Whoa. I was not a part of this.
Yes, fair enough. You did not participate in that episode.
Now,
I kicked you. I didn't.
along the same lines, this book is, I don't know, I feel like it's sort of gimmicky because you have all of these different Ghost Riders in a race competing against each other.
That sounds-
Is it against time?
No.
I was going to say, it sounds like exactly what the title says it is.
Yeah.
It's exactly what the
It's
title
Ghost
says it
Riders
is.
Racing. That's exactly the book.
But and most of this book is about the race itself. But the
Is it
race,
across Battleworld?
No, it's around the Colosseum.
Oh!
It's one lap.
But is it big?
It's the deadliest lap ever.
Well, alright, here's my problem with this book. Well, no, not my problem. I'm going to get into this a little bit. So, you've got 5 characters. You've got Robbie Reyes, Alejandra Blaze, Johnny Blaze, Danny Ketch, and Carter Slade. Now, the cool parts about this book, the designs are awesome. I like everyone's cars. Well, actually, only Robbie has a car. Everyone else is writing different things. I like the designs of the characters themselves. You've got a Centaur Man. Carter Slade is
He's the cowboy one.
Yeah, he's a cowboy one, except instead of being a cowboy, he's a
That
centaur
was not what I...
with Gatling guns on the rear hips of the horse. I was saying that he's an old guy normally, but when he transforms, he becomes a centaur.
He just goes on and then he becomes a Centaur Man?
Yeah.
Does like a horse grow out of him, or does he grow out of a...
You don't even see what happens.
But how does he
That's-
count?
How does he count? Like, I'm guessing with hooves, like clomping. Right?
Yeah.
And
One,
also,
two,
does anyone at any point ride him?
No.
Lame.
Well, I think they would be allowed to ride him if he could ride that.
Fair enough.
Alright.
Now, if he saw, I'm not going to get into that. The designs of that were cool. I loved everyone's vehicles. The interaction between them during the race was fine. But it was very much player against player in the race. And later on in the book, you saw... Okay, Robbie wins. Of course Robbie wins. He's the fan favorite. He's won every single race up to
Does it
this point.
spoil the end?
No.
Okay.
He's the new Ghost Rider. He has to win, otherwise, like, what's the point of making him?
Alright. Fair enough.
So then he goes backstage for the after party of the race, and on the TV, he's hanging out with his little brother, and his little brother's kind of annoying.
Yeah.
That's one part of the story that I'm just like, I don't care about.
I don't
this.
care. I'm going to stop reading.
Put him to the side. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
They put him in
He's the motivation for that
I was
character.
going to say that. Shut up.
He's Robbie's motivation because, like,
Well, I
I gotta
know.
do all this for my brother.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's all the highlights from the races that he's won, and they're so much cooler. You see him fighting like dragging a MODOK by a chain out the back of his car. You see him blowing up Sentinels. You see all of this stuff
That's
that was
awesome.
cool in previous races, and I was like, why didn't you just make that part of the race that we saw? Because that would have been awesome.
Was this race called Convergence?
No. So, I think they really lost it on that one. Also, the way they're setting it up is that the losers are then, like, taken away to be punished?
Who's punishing them?
Arcade.
Oh, it's all part of the
Well,
thing.
he's punishing them by making them talk to him for a while.
Yeah.
You have to be in a room with him for like
Exactly.
an hour. That's punishment
They're like
enough.
hanging out with Carrot.
They have to come up with pitch ideas
Yeah.
with Carrot Top.
They have to find an hour's worth of compliments to give him.
Now, there were definitely parts of this book that I enjoyed. Certain parts of the art I thought were fun, and the character designs. But the story lost me. I think they screwed up on the race, and frankly, this book was not for me. I definitely understand why it's popular with some of our fans and with some of the people that are buying it. But if you're into this thing to see Robbie Reyes like go through Battleworld and somehow come out on top of this, definitely pick it up. If you're in this to see awesome races, so far I haven't gotten that yet. So
That's weird.
I can't recommend it for that.
Fair enough.
So I don't know where this book is going.
Yeah. Not into your pull list.
Not at all.
Let's start off with 1602 Witch Hunter Angela. First, I should just say, by the way, these two books are so opposite ends of the spectrum for one another, but they are tied together by the fact that they both have the mythological and the mystical aspect to them.
Gotcha.
All right, but let's start with 1602 Witch Hunter Angela, Part 1, in which Wicked Something This Way Comes, written by Marguerite Bennett, who is also writing the Angela books.
Yes.
She's writing A-Force, and she wrote Years of Future Past,
Oh,
which,
shit.
I mean, I am...
She is steeped in Battleworld.
Yeah, she's all up in this war.
If you guys ask me to, like, comment on the writing, I liked it, because so far I've liked everything she's
The
done.
funny thing is, for me, just really quick aside about the writing, I didn't read it,
Uh-huh.
but Neil Gaiman wrote 1602 and created Angela
Uh-huh.
and owes Marvel books.
I know.
What the hell?
Why didn't he write this? Probably because she's writing
Angela?
as
So?
already an assassin. I don't know.
I'm just saying.
Probably because he's writing some, I don't know,
I don't know.
whatever.
Yeah,
Who cares?
writing a bedtime story.
Art by Stephanie Hans. And then there's another part of this book that's called With Further Entertainments by... Now, it's just a continuation of the story. You'll get it in a second, hang on.
Okay.
And that's written by Kieran Gillen?
Yes, Kieran Gillen.
Kieran Gillen? Sorry. And Marguerite Bennett.
Oh.
With art by Marguerite Sauvage.
Oh.
I have like 1,000 names, okay?
Yeah. Give me a break.
Alright, come on. Here's what you need to know about this book, okay?
Okay.
It's got Angela in it.
Right.
And she's a witch hunter.
Awesome.
Cool, right?
Mhm.
She's traveling around with this chick named Seraph,
Okay.
who, when Angela kills a witch breed at one point, she calls her...
Witch breed.
Yeah, witch breed.
Oh no.
Witch breed.
She's a mutant hunter.
What?
Really?
Because the witch breed
yes.
in 1602 were mutants.
Yes, she certainly is.
Oh.
But now they're hunting something worse.
Inhumans?
No, the Faustians. Which, watch out, Faust! They're coming for you!
No! It won't be super effective for you then!
These two are deeply connected to each other, almost in a,
Romantic kind of sense?
sort of, you kind of get that feeling, I don't really know.
Cool.
And, it starts off, she's just killing witch breed.
Mm-hmm.
Right? The first witch breed she happens to kill is King James. Like, right off the bat, we kill
King James!
Yeah. Who is a witch breed
Yeah.
with,
With claws! So he's King James Howlett?
I guess so.
Oh no! What?
Yeah, right off the bat, we take care of King James, and the story just kind of goes from there, where, she takes care of, she just matches him with this big,
With her big
thing.
thing, yeah.
Yeah.
Does she have the ribbons too?
And she's got a wild outfit with the red eyes and everything like that. She
Cool.
looks amazing, it's awesome. And, we learn about the Faustians. She goes to a tavern where there are plenty of playwrights.
Oh.
One of which is missing. It's William Shakespeare. He's not there. Seraph is a big fan of them all.
Okay.
She, I guess, herself fancies herself kind of a bard, that kind of thing.
I see.
And,
And she's like, try this on for size, and sings a song.
no, that doesn't happen. But while we're there, we do another, character moment where we introduce a character from, the normal Marvel Universe into this 1602 version of it.
Okay.
And in the tavern, we run into Captain It's Bucky
Buchanan
Barnes.
Barnes.
Yeah, Buchanan Barnes. Sorry, I was like, how do they say it in 1602 language?
I assumed you.
I was like, Buck Rogers. That's not right.
But it's just another one of those like.
Okay,
fun...
so Bucky's in 1602 now.
Well, not anymore. But anyway,
he's not a mutant.
He's not a mutant. I said they ran into something worse.
Communists?
No, I said he runs a Faustians. He's a Faustian.
Is Faustian communists?
Yeah, Ben. Yeah. Anyway, the book is a lot of fun for me. It is written as though you're reading a Shakespearean play, which is why I assume that they did it as though they were almost like acts in a sense, or parts to like, a play. The language is written exactly like that. So it does, if you're not used to that type of language, it may take you a little bit longer to get through this type of book, but it is a lot of fun. You definitely get that there's a lightheartedness to the language. Like I said, it's so Shakespearean in a sense, and I know you'll probably have a better gauge of that to see how accurate I am in that. The fact that they go into a bar or to a tavern and they mention Shakespeare and they run into other playwrights, I think they are definitely going for that. Ben is doing a great job of writing it. The two different art styles, I prefer the first version of it.
Okay.
Personally, they're both great. But they're so different.
Yeah.
But the first one I did like a little bit more, but the second one was great, and it just had a different feel to it. I know that this book is not for everyone.
Mm.
You know what I mean? It's a very niche area. The fact is, right now, I'm huge into playing The Witcher 2, because I'm not going to play The Witcher 3 until I play The Witcher 2, because I know the stories are so connected.
Right.
And so when this came along, I was like, 1602, I like Angela a lot.
Witches!
And witches! I'm like, yeah, we're doing
Plus, you're
this.
reading witches.
Yeah, I'm reading witches.
And you're playing the witch. It's everything.
I know.
Now,
It's witching.
Does Doom and Strange, do they come into this at all? Is there
They-
any aspect of the world?
They mention Doom. Like, they...
They get their everyone is mandated to mention Doom once in some way.
Well, no, they mention it many times, like, Doom we praise, Doom remember him, like, in Doom's name, that kind of thing. Like,
Yeah.
Doom doesn't like the witch breed, that's what they're blaming this whole thing on.
Naturally.
But no Strange, but that makes sense for those who know
Oh, right, for that
1602, that makes sense. But of course, this could be a different version, who knows?
Yeah.
So, I don't really know how that's going to work out, because technically they should know Sheriff Strange. So that's kind of
Oh,
an
yes,
interesting point.
Strange is
So
a
I
big
don't know
player
how
in
that's gonna-
1602.
But of course, for me, 1602, like, I love it. If you like 1602, check this out. If you like Angela, check this out. I mean, she's great in this. Like, she's no nonsense bitch. Like, and I don't mean like she's cranky. I just mean like she's kind of a cool lady.
Cool.
And the ending of this, like, let me tell you guys, the end of this is awesome because it's like, ooh, where's this gonna go? And like, knowing that this is a limited series, it's gonna be a complete story. I'm so excited. I can't wait to see where it goes. But you know how they hint the cover?
Yeah.
I'm so fucking excited
Yeah.
for what is coming. I can't.
Nice.
I can't.
All right.
We get it.
Ah!
We're gonna explode.
Do you want to know?
No.
I mean, yeah, but like...
But like, don't ruin it for everyone
yeah,
else.
they want to know too, but...
Yeah, but it's not gonna... You know what?
No.
It doesn't spoil...
Does it ruin everything?
It doesn't spoil the end of the
All
book.
right.
It's just a teaser for what's coming next.
Okay, let's hear it.
Oh, you guys are getting it.
You get it.
The cover that they showed us, this cover image, it's Angela with the Guardians of the Galaxy, but 1602 Guardians of the Galaxy. So it's like,
That's
it's
awesome.
Gamora with like the two blades and stuff like that, and you got like this big bulky guy, Drax, and you have a little raccoon, and
a tree!
Yeah,
Yes!
Where's Groot?
He's there!
Is he just a tree?
Look!
Is he just... Yes.
Is just a tree standing there? Like,
He's actually...
I can't come with you.
He's like engraved with filigree, and there's all this work.
No, he's like a druid!
Oh, shit.
Look at it!
Where's Ragged?
He's down there!
Whoa.
He's
Alright.
just a raccoon.
That's
I'm
awesome.
so excited! I'm like, are you kidding me? Okay, let's do it. Because she definitely... I read that Guardians
you
of the
read-
Galaxy run with Angela, so...
Yeah, she fit in perfectly with that. It was so sad that when they took her out of that.
Yes. So anyway, like I said, I know this book isn't for everybody.
No, but it's for
But
you.
it's for me.
That's awesome. Cool.
Alright. So,
Yeah, next book.
my next book was Mrs. Deadpool and the Howling Commandos.
Awesome.
Let me tell you something right
Oh
now.
my god, that title.
Yeah.
I truly don't believe I've ever read a Deadpool story.
That's probably true.
I would read a Deadpool story after this.
Well, who wrote it?
This was written by Jerry Dugan
Okay. Yes, you would enjoy it.
with art by Salva Espin
Cool.
and colored by Val Staples.
Now, I heard one sentence teaser for this book. You can tell me if it's accurate or not. I heard that this was like more fourth wall breaking than Deadpool's Secret Wars.
This book is so okay. If you never read a Deadpool story, if you
like you did,
like me, who still wanted to read this because I like monsters. If you've never read a Deadpool story or you haven't been around for Deadpool in a while, do not hesitate to think that you can't pick this book up because I can assure you right now that Deadpool, Wade Wilson, tells you exactly what's going on, and
so
he's just like, "Hey guys!"
So with a book called Mrs. Deadpool, you imply Deadpool is dead and wouldn't be in this book, but
he's there. He's a ghost. He's a blue ghost. In fact, it's like Obi-Wan sitting there talking to you.
That's awesome.
And
is he talking to the characters in the book as well,
or does he talk to us?
No, he's talking to us. He's only talking to us.
That's awesome.
He's talking to no one else but us. He talks to the reader.
Okay.
He's like reading the story. He actually has the script in front of him.
He's like the director being like, they won't stop. I said cut a while.
No, he literally, he's
We're
like,
doing this.
Yeah, all right, here we go. So he fills you in. He's just like, so yeah,
I died,
but he didn't die the way that Deadpool died.
Oh,
which I have asked Sal about.
Which makes people very happy, I'm sure.
I had heard that I had heard what had happened to Deadpool, and when I opened this book up, that's not what happened to Deadpool. I can tell you right now what happens to Deadpool in this book is he is after the chick, Shikla?
I don't know.
The demon vampire that he
His
married?
girlfriend's name?
Okay.
Yeah, Shikla? You like that? Do you like how that's pronounced? Is that
Sure.
good?
I have no idea. I just remember...
Own it, I don't care.
I'm going
Something.
with it. And she had another boyfriend
Oh.
by the name of Dracula. And Dracula and Deadpool decided they should fight.
Okay.
And Dracula said he wouldn't use his powers.
But he did.
And then he did anyway. Yeah. And Deadpool, he's like, that's not how I remember me dying. But that's apparently what we're going with in this world.
Oh, I see.
So,
that's fun.
Okay, let's see what happens in this world. He's like, I liked the other world where I ended up with her and I got a lot of nookie. So that was cool.
He did all for the nookie.
Yeah. So, yeah, right there and then, like, Deadpool's like, here's how it is in this book. Like, this, nope.
He lays it all out.
There it is. There you go. It's right there. Pick it up.
No.
I did.
Okay. And it was good, though.
It was good.
Wait, what does this have to do with Mrs. Deadpool and the Howling Commandos?
Well, in the first few pages, he sets up what's going on because the Howling Commandos in this book are Werewolf by Night,
Good.
who have all the powers of a werewolf. So Deadpool describes it.
Wait, does that mean it has a werewolf only at night? Or it has the powers of a werewolf if it was a werewolf at night?
I don't know. There's a
as
mummy.
Opposed to a werewolf during the day.
A mummy.
There's a mummy. This is a cool mummy.
Mm-hmm.
There's Frankenstein.
Yeah.
Not Frankencastle. It's just Frankenstein. Man-Thing.
Good.
Who Deadpool asked that we all please be adults about his name.
Wow. I've never made that connection.
Really?
Nope.
You know, he first appeared in a book called Giant Size Man Thing.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Marvel.
And I guarantee you, the creators knew damn well what they were doing.
I have no doubt. I want to make sure, because... And the last person on the team is Marcus the Minotaur.
Okay.
With a symbiote. Now, I can assure you that Marcus the Minotaur has 4 legs. So it's more like Marcus the Centaur, which I thought was hilarious.
No, that we got
centaurs all over the place.
But he does have a symbiote suit, and he's like indestructible. Dracula has killed Deadpool at this point. He dispatched him by cutting his head off. Mm-hmm. And then Wade was like, that's not going to work.
No, that's not enough.
He's like, put his body in a coffin of acid and throw him in the ocean. Deadpool's like, nobody's ever done that before. So his girlfriend is essentially waiting for him to come back. Dracula's killed his brother, her brothers, who look like Frankencastle. I don't know. They have a Punisher shirt. I don't know. I don't know what that's going to turn into. And they're going to burn their bodies, but like she finds this special scepter in one of their things, like one of their outfits somewhere, and like she just needs the top of it.
Okay.
It's a snow globe.
You know, I bet you would know exactly what it is, and I can't remember what the name of it is. I'm sorry.
It's fine.
And It's a MacGuffin quest, essentially.
Gotcha.
Like,
All right.
she's going out to
Good.
find it. She has 7 days to do it, and Dracula sends the Howling Commandos along with her, except Dracula's has an alternate agenda.
Naturally.
Essentially.
Yeah.
But I mean, she's got the adventure outfit and everything. She's got
cool.
the hat, she's got the pants. She's looking good.
Are you talking like Van Helsing from the movie traveling outfit?
Kind of. It's like an Indiana Jones kind of look.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
She's going
Cool.
adventuring. So
Maybe a Vampire Hunter D kind of hat, like very
no,
wide brimmed.
no, it is not that. I mean, like, it's fun. I like it. I'm excited. I cannot wait to finish this book, Adam. It's so up my alley. It's just silly, and like the fourth wall breaking is amazing. Deadpool drops in occasionally because he's narrating the story.
Yeah.
Because like he's like, hey, let's see what's up with Mrs. Deadpool. Let's see what she's doing. It's called Mrs. Deadpool and the Howling Commandos. At one point, though, because like the Howling Commandos are technically Dracula's goons, he's like, why isn't this book called Mrs. Deadpool versus the Howling Commandos? It's like. So,
Good point.
look, if you are interested in getting into Deadpool, I feel like this is a kind of interesting way to introduce yourself to the type of universe that you'd be getting into with a Deadpool book without needing to worry about where you should start.
No, it's true.
Because he really does lay it on the line, like what happened. And considering that this is out of continuity with what's been happening in Deadpool, it's kind of a cool place to just learn about the universe. And I guess if you like Deadpool, you might dig it. I know I'm going to be picking up the rest of this.
Nice.
And then probably looking to get some more Deadpool because it turns out I like him.
Awesome.
Does this have anything to do with Battleworld?
Well, it takes place there.
I see.
Technically, I believe, though, that they're one of the ones that's on this island, so...
Oh.
Monster Metropolis?
Like where monsters
Yeah.
will?
Yeah,
It's below Manhattan.
Yeah,
Or
it
it's
is.
16.
It's Monster Metropolis.
All right, Monster
So, like,
Metropolis.
they're under the earth. And Dracula's, like, in charge there, so...
Okay.
If anything, he's the Baron.
I guess he would be the Baron.
But let's be honest, Deadpool wouldn't address that.
No.
Because you know that Deadpool knows that this is all going to change anyway. You know what I mean? Like, so,
That's a good point.
for me, like, him not referencing Doom all that much, I think he does mention Doom at one point. Like, Deadpool does. Like, in what's going on in the
I
story.
wish it was a hand puppet.
No.
That's what happened.
He is, like, sitting, he does have a book, and he's, like, wearing almost like a smoking jacket kind of thing.
Oh,
So
great. Like
it's-
Masterpiece Theater.
Exactly. Yeah, so, I liked it. I liked it a lot. Ben, I think you'd like it too.
So what we're going to do now is I'm going to have them read down the books that we didn't talk about, and I'm going to give it a pass or fail based on
You
what I
are?
thought. Yeah.
Holy snap. Okay, hang on, I got it.
So we're going to pull up the list, and then you guys just read it off and say, like, did you read it? I'll say yes. What'd you think? And I'll be like,
You
yes
should
or
get
no.
it. I have no idea. I can't get it.
I'm gonna do what I can to put. I have like a pull list.
Yeah.
I have an app on my phone that tells me what came out.
I have the timer going. That's the truth.
Are we doing Last Days of as well or no?
I mean, like, I read it.
Okay, then Last Days of Captain America and the Mighty Avengers.
Eh.
Okay.
There were a lot of nice character moments. It was nice to see Luke Cage, you know, because it's pre-incursions.
Okay.
But,
You
whatever.
don't care.
Captain Marvel and the Carol Corps.
It was really, really good.
Okay.
It was really good. It was something we should have actually incorporated in the show, but... Say la vie.
Well, that's fair. Were there more?
Yeah, there were a couple. Ultimate End number 2.
Oh, right. Ultimate. well, hang on. Spider-Verse number 2.
Spider-Verse number 2.
I was only looking for number 1s, but I realized you probably read some others as well.
Yeah,
Spider-
horseshit.
Okay. Ultimate
Take that,
End.
Spider-Verse.
Ultimate End number 2.
There's a scene where Peter Parker talks to Aunt May and Gwen Stacy, which was lovely.
Well, that sounds nice. Did you read it?
We also get an idea of what the hell... Because when we first read Ultimate End number 1, it was like, when is this... Because it's 616 and 1610, and they're like, what are we going to do at the end of the world? So we thought it took place before the incursions. But it's not. It's a realm in Battleworld where 1610 and 616 like are dealing with each other. It's still really weird and complicated.
It's Manhattan.
Yeah, but nobody... No, it can't be, because Renew Your Vows is a minute. Whatever.
What about-
It's complicated and stupid.
Did you read Inferno number 2?
Yes.
What'd you think of that?
No. Really, the breakaway winner was Carol Corps. It was fun, cool. It's a movie. It's a movie about, like, these cool fighter pilot chicks who, you know, protect people and kick ass.
I don't know, the breakaway book this week might have been...
Ghost Racers?
Inhumans.
Oh, Inhumans.
Attillan Rising number 2.
That sounded intriguing. I was surprised by how much of those books I wanted to read. And it was surprising that it was just so disproportionate to the amount of books that I did read and wish I had.
Yeah, we took all the good ones.
You did. But that's
Hey,
good that
to
we
be
wanted
fair,
to do that.
I claimed the 2 books I read this week.
Like a
before
year
Battle-
ago.
Yeah, like when we got the map, I was like, I want to read these.
Those 2 are mine. So yeah, there you go, guys. We read it for you. Secret Wars TLDR continues. And we'll see you guys next week with another rollout of tie-ins. Let us know in the comment section down below, what was your favorite tie-in from this week?
Yeah.
And what do you want to see us do next? What's the one you're most excited about? Thanks a lot for watching. I'm Sal.
I'm Ben.
I'm Tiffany.
So long and happy reading.
I'm gonna have to stake my claim on a couple of books next week.
Yeah.
There's one just like, no, we already have them.
Fuck! That's right.
Well, no, there's certain ones that I do claim.
It's just you.
Yeah, it is just them.
Pretty much.